You have been trained and most likely have been working as a design professional. And believe it or not, if you haven't heard, there are many ways to make a living delivering things other than design. I'm talking about delivering coaching. I'm talking about delivering online courses in this podcast episode. Stay tuned. Giving architects and landscape architects the tools and strategies to be seen, heard, and valued in the marketplace, and telling the stories of leaders building thriving design firms and attracting their ideal clients. This is From Architecture to Profitecture. I'm your host, Jay Krakowski. Let's get started. Fellow and future Profitex, how are you? Welcome to the show. In this week's episode, we're talking about selling your expertise online, and I'm not talking about design services. I'm not talking about the things that we were necessarily trained to do as architects, as landscape architects. I'm talking about packaging and profiting from your expertise online in the form of online courses, in the form of coaching fellow design professionals. And what does that look like? What steps do you need to take? What strategies do you need to employ to get everything that's been building up in your head for a number of years? In my case, it's been 21 years since I got out of university. Holy moly. And get that into a format where someone around the world in a neighboring state, in a neighboring city, can take it and make their business better, make their design better, make their lives better. So let's jump right into it. I'm going to go through 5 steps here to creating your online course, to creating your online coaching business, whether you're coaching fellow design professionals or whether you're teaching homeowners or C-suite executives about how to think about their upcoming designs, their upcoming expansions. And the first is intent. As you're thinking about creating a course or a business outside of simply providing professional design services, again, as we've been trained to do, who are you targeting? And this is purely a marketing question. You need to get crystal clear on this. It can't be, well, I think I'm targeting architects, or I think I'm targeting commercial restaurant owners. It needs to get hyper specific in this case, especially if you're going into the niche of selling your expertise online, because not only in targeting advertising among the likes of Google and Facebook advertising, but just in creating your course, you need to be speaking to a specific person, much like I'm speaking to you now, much like if you are creating a YouTube channel, you're speaking to one specific person. And you need to have that in mind before you even start to lay out your course content, your coaching content, your YouTube content, your podcast content. Who are you trying to sell to? Who are you trying to speak to? And make sure that you have that clear. And then step number 2 is, what is the transformation that you want them to see by working with you? There's so much, here it says transformation, not information. There's too much information, honestly, online. You can Google anything these days. I mean, absolutely anything, including how to market your design firm, including how to start a YouTube channel, how to get more clients, whatever search terms you can think of, they've already been searched hundreds and hundreds of thousands of times. Rather, what transformation are you trying to transmit to the folks that you're trying to work with? And you need to get very clear on that. And that needs to be the main selling point, main sticking point, so to speak, of your marketing materials. Because just outlining information it's not enough these days, and it hasn't been for a long time. And if you're simply outlining information, people are going to be able to go elsewhere. People are not going to see the value in working with you because they can get it elsewhere for free. Rather, if you're able to explain the place where they are now and the place that they want to get to. Again, whether that's a small firm owner wanting to get to a greater number of client leads, whether that's a CEO, CFO wanting to expand their business or to have a more robust environment for their employees to thrive and eventually become more profitable themselves. You need to be able to speak to them. Think about the transformation that you're going to take these people through in creating an online course or creating a coaching program, rather than just throwing a bunch of information out there on the web, because there's so much of that already. And then, of course, very similar to the design process that we take our clients through, concept, SD, DD, CD, CMCA, to give it quick acronyms. What are the steps? You should have a clear understanding of that. I know we have a clear understanding of what our design process is, but that's often a little vague in our clients' eyes. Even if we explain it in those terms, the terms that we grew to understand through university training and through our professional experience, those are still vague to our clients. Now, when you try to take your expertise online, if you can't have clear-cut steps that have a clear-cut outcome, it's going to be vague as well. Let's start to give some examples here. Thinking about Mark R. LePage, say, an Entree architect. He has a Build Your Brand course. He has the Entree Architect community and platform, and what the outcome there is to help you build your brand and build your proposals and your contracts and your back end so that you can provide professional services. Eric Reinholtz on 30 by 40 Design Studio, he has a similar package, a similar course where you can get set up with all the back-end documents that you need to document initial meetings and document project meetings, and go forth and be able to provide those design services and have a system to track them and have a system to keep everything organized. You need to have a step-by-step process to get them from point A to point B, or point A to point F, as it were, and be able to walk them through that. Next step is the tech. Now, I'm talking to you through a camera. It can be a webcam, it can be a DSLR, as I have here. But what's the tech involved? What are you going to need to deliver this information? Is it a camera? Are you comfortable being on camera and talking to a lens in a room by yourself, as I am now? Or do you simply want to deliver a set of PDFs? That's perfectly fine too. But be very clear from the get about what you're delivering. And is this simply a set of documents that relays your expertise, something fill in the blank, so to speak, that folks can go through when they sign up with you? Is it a more structured program where you would be talking to them on a weekly basis? Is it more of a Zoom or Google Hangout or FaceTime environment where there's going to be back and forth and really coaching folks through a process? You need to understand that right off the bat, so that you're very clear when you're pushing out your marketing materials, so that they are clear from the get what they're getting for whatever you're charging for your product. And that, of course, leads into the delivery. The delivery is, yes, there's tech behind it to get the PDFs and get the videos or the audio recordings all set up. But then we're talking about platforms like Teachable, like Thinkific, like Kajabi, like Kartra, all these names, and I'll share them down in the comments below. These are all platforms for actually delivering online content in an on-demand manner. And they all have different pros and cons. They all have different features. Some, include email services behind the scenes. Some of them include full web design services, again, behind the scenes. Some are strictly for course management. You need to understand what you're willing to give in terms of your time. Is it simply a set of pre-recorded videos and PDFs, and you're going to push those out and do what you will? Good luck to you. Maybe talk to me on Facebook or send me an email. Or is it a more interactive scenario? Something like Kartra, which has an integrated help desk where someone can send in questions, or do you have an associated Facebook group where, again, folks can send in questions and there's a little more back and forth discussion? Those are the 5 steps that I would see to packaging whatever's going on in your head. Now, that could be marketing. That could be more technical expertise. Maybe that's a code. Actually, one thing that came up this week, and I'm referring to to Mark Arlepage's Entree Architect community, is that New York City, I believe, if not New York State, released their new sets of codes this week. And wow, what a business opportunity there! If someone can package and first get an understanding and then be able to package what those changes are, so that the hundreds, or I believe thousands of architects in and around New York City can understand what they're dealing with as they're trying to create permit drawings and get permits pulled for their clients. Is there an opportunity there to package that and sell that online so that you can walk people through the steps on what has changed and what they need to change about how they're packaging and preparing their drawing sets so that they can serve their clients better? That's just one example so far. You've also got, say, Enoch Sears and the Architect Marketing Institute. He has packaged an online course that you go through, but there's also weekly Zoom meetings to figure out ways to better market your services, better explain what you do to potential clients, so that they're willing to at least get on a call with you, if not enter into a contract with you. So just wanted to walk through those 5 steps real briefly here. And again, if you've got any questions about creating online course content or how to package yourself as a thought leader, as a course creator, as a coach for other design professionals, or honestly for your clients as a design professional, please shoot me a DM at Jay Krakowski, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. And until next week, make it a great week, because our success is inevitable. Take care. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to hit subscribe so you stay up to date with future episodes. Connect with me on Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn at Jake Krakowski. And for show notes and much more, visit profitecturebydesign.com/podcast.